All right. So we try to make a manual video out of this. So welcome to this manual video about how to use Weblate to translate the ARK front end. It's great to have actually quite a diverse group of people here who speak different languages as a native tongue and maybe also as a second tongue. And this will give us the opportunity to really show why Weblate is a very good interface to translate apps. Well, we haven't really rehearsed this completely. Adri, do you want to directly show your screen and jump into? So Adri is probably one of the expert translators because he started to translate Spanish from scratch or almost scratch to almost 100%. So he knows all the functionalities very well. He will share the screen with you. And we really try to make this interactive. Whenever you have a question, please either digitally or physically raise your hand, and then we will stop and answer your questions. All right?
Okay. Here.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see my screen now? Okay. So first of all, I don't know how familiar you are with the ARK, but it's basically our main tool, and we want to keep adding languages and for it to be available in the different languages. So first step, we have to go to Weblate. That is basically the tool that we use for translation. We put here on Google ARK green steps, and we go here in the first one. Okay, and then we go to the bottom and we click here, translate with Weblate. Okay, so we go here. First of all, if you don't have an account, you need to log in. To create it and then log in. It's important to be able to translate it here. And then once you have done that, you will basically see the same thing as we're seeing right now from my screen. So here you have the different languages that have been implemented in the ARK. Of course, not all of them are 100% developed as of now, but so far these are all the languages where you can translate the content of the ARK to. So for example, I can mention Spanish. Sorry that my view is in Spanish.
But it's already interesting,
Yeah.
So you always have also the languages, the other languages, and your interface in your own mother tongue. So whatever the browser is also Weblate. Yeah.
Exactly. So in the first case where it says Español, it's Spanish, okay? And as you can see, a 95% has been translated. And you can see in all the different languages how much of it has been translated already, depending on the percentage. Like, for example, Korean 44%, Slovenian 98%.
Frances, this is actually interesting. Ituan is currently working on French because we haven't translated it for a while. You've done amazing progress, 95%.
It's almost complete as well. Italian also is very high. Turkish also has like half of it as well. Russian is also quite high. Slovenian, of course. German, of course. And yeah, English it says 100% because the main language of the ARK is English. Okay, but the rest of them show the translation percentage.
Yeah, the development language is English. Yeah.
Exactly. So, as an example, how can you start working on the translation in one language for the ARK? So you click on the language that you're interested in. In this case, I'm going to click in Spanish, the pen button. Okay, and you will see something like this. So here we have where it says English. Okay, over here. Oh, sorry. Here. Okay. Here we have something that we need to translate. In this case, it's the word copied. Here under where it says Español, we have a suggestion. Okay. Well, it's either a suggestion or, you can modify whatever you need to modify here to make it translated. For example, in this case, in Spanish, it's not like that. It's copiado. So I would click here. And then I would need to, sorry.
Maybe you go to sugerir.
Yeah, but the I did a small, sorry. First of all, I need to I need to log in, something I didn't do. I thought it was automatic, sorry. I log in into my account, very important step. And now, yes, I'm in my account. And as you can see here, now these two buttons here, okay, this one and this one, are now in a teal color. So that means that we can use them. So I change to the correct translation, copiado, here. And then if I'm sure about it, I click on guardar en continuar, which means save and continue. Okay, so I click here, and that one is already done. Okay, another thing that you have here, for example, we have another thing that we need to translate. It says must be a valid URL. So we go to suggestions. Okay, you can check it here. And here we have a suggestion in Spanish. If it's okay, for example, in this case, it's okay. It's the right translation. I click on the tick button, okay? And that would be done already as well. Here we have another example, okay? For example, it says, sorry, the upload has failed. Please try again.
Lo siento.
Lo sentimos, la carga ha fallado. Por favor, inténtalo de nuevo. Since it's okay as well, I click again in this icon, okay? The tick icon. Let me see here again. Okay, perfect. Another one, your password was reset. You can log in with your new password now. In this case, for example, since we use more like an informal tone, not so formal, I would change here. Instead of this, I would put the more informal tone. Ya puedes iniciar sesión con...
Con tu.
Exactly. Con tu nueva contraseña. And here as well. Okay, so I did the necessary changes here because the suggestion was not the one I wanted. Okay, and then I will save it here. Okay, so it depends on sometimes the suggestion is absolutely all right, and you just click on the tick, and it can be like a fast process. But it also needs to be reviewed because, as you have seen, sometimes the suggestions are not 100% on point or not exactly what we want for the art. So sometimes it's necessary to do these small changes while you're reviewing the suggestions, and to make sure that it's okay. But otherwise, it's still quite fast process, I would say.
Veronica has a question.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I started some of the translations already earlier and kind of understood that, but I have a question because one of the first things that Weblate made me translate is a period, the dot. And whenever I try to say, yeah, it's just the dot, the period, the marker, it keeps highlighting it in red. And each time I enter Weblate again to translate, it's showing as it needs to be corrected. And do you know what maybe is the issue with that? Because it's only with this, everything else I have perfectly. It just shows that there's something wrong with it.
Okay, so there is an AI interface kind of always reviewing the translations. And if the AI indicates that there is a problem, then we get actually a report about this. Punctuation can be an issue, but we would also kind of need to look into it in detail. So can you give an example? Maybe actually you want to share screen.
I might have to open it. It's just that it was not a sentence and then the period was a problem. It's asking me to translate a period, just the sign. I will try to find it maybe quickly and I will show you because it is a weird situation, but I will need a second to open it myself.
So, all right, so let's look into this afterwards. But maybe just also know the general interface. I mean, you see here on top, it's very immediate that in total in Spanish there are only 85 words left. to be translated. Adri did now 5 of them, or 85 sentences, words. So 5 are already done. It's really a very fast and intuitive process with the suggestions. I think it's super easy. You read through it once, but it takes a native speaker to confirm. So this is why we really need this, that somebody who is a native speaker looks into it. And questions like Veronica's about punctuation, for example, or about terminology where you're not sure how you indicate it in your language, we actually have set up on Discourse Translators group where you can drop your comments, and then other translators that might have more experience can give a feedback. So maybe we also show the Discourse group quickly. But Veronica, please.
Yes, I have found it. I will try to share the screen. I hope this is okay. It will stop the other screen sharing.
1 second.
She should be able to override.
Here, and as you can see, the issue is it asks me to translate a dot, a period, and I click, yeah, that's how it is. And it later has an issue with that.
Okay, so
it's still going to be shown as an issue.
What you can do here is to look into the string information in the right card and try to identify where the dot is located. Do you have here general copyright? Where's the dot located?
It's in the middle.
General here. Dot. So then you just press save and continue.
I do, but then it's still red, and I don't know if I should do something about it or not really, because this is the only thing that's red as I was translating, let's call it. And I saw that it happens, I think, when there's a mistake or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'm not sure. So should I just leave it or do something about it?
But the difference seems to be that in Polish, you have now a dot plus two.
That's what it looks like, but I will go again, delete everything, just a dot, as you can see, nothing else.
Yeah,
save and continue, back to this.
Yeah, so those are then things that we need to discuss with Elena, but they happen rarely. Go back to it and say skip. What happens if you say skip? Skip.
It just stays like it is.
Okay. Yeah. So this is an example. I mean, it's a super small issue, but this is an example that you could put into the Discourse Translators group and say, I have this issue, because maybe it happens in other languages as well. But it's really a small issue. I mean, in the end, the front end, whether you have a dot and 2 spaces or a dot, doesn't matter. People should be able to understand it, no?
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm just confused, because I can see it's just more bothersome. It's flagged as wrong when it's correct. So yeah, I want to make sure if this is like a common issue or something like that. But yeah, okay, then I'm just going to leave it be and for now.
It happens occasionally. Yeah. Good. Adri, I think you can quickly show Discourse.
Should I show it from the ARK directly?
Yeah, let's go to the ARK. We actually got good information also in the morning, because we deployed Discourse only 2 weeks ago, and we didn't know that people actually need to actively join it in order to be able to use it. But Adri quickly shows you how to join the Translators Club.
Perfect. So here, if you click on the icon, you get directly to this course. And here you can see different categories, your channels, for example, and I mean, channels that you have marked as favorite, for example, or all the channels where you're in, or your DMs as well. In this case, we go to Translators. This is the one that we're interested in. Okay. And here you can have basically the chat for everything related to translation. I mean, in that case, for example, with the issue with the dot, it could be
so let's just make a mock here and say, how do you translate be it to French?
For example. Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, this is not going to show up on the front end, but we had similar questions in the past 2 years about how should I translate an ecoregion in Russian. because some words that we use are relatively new and not very common in other languages. So bioregional learning, but also in regard to maybe gamification, how do you translate it? Or should it be maybe not translated? If you want to have it cool and informal, geared towards, let's say, younger people, maybe you don't want to translate everything. Would you translate leaderboard into your language? Yes, no? Maybe you want to discuss it. And Tituan, can you answer now? So Tituan would be the native speaker or another native speaker, and he would say, okay, be it in French is this and that.
Here in the community, okay, do you see?
Yes, that I see.
You have these two classes. One is with dashboard.
And if you go on students, students or members, then no, you're not here yet. So
okay, I see.
If you join this group, then we can inform you also about the translators group. But this is a to-do for us. If people cannot join, then this is of course an issue. So I think that was it. Any questions? You see, it's pretty easy. Just as an information, also we go tomorrow. We go to the Slovenian border for a European school project, and it's part of the 5-country biosphere park. So basically, for that project, they will need Croatian, Slovenian, Serbian, Hungarian, and German, 5 languages. So yeah, that will be an important application of how to scale place-based education using several languages within an ecoregion. So it's quite nice that this project is happening now. Okay, and maybe we will also soon have something with Poland, because our technical director lives at the border region between Czech Republic and Poland. It's always in the border areas where it's important that you have both languages. Okay, Hayden, thank you for joining. If you have any issues, then please reach out to us. Apart from this, take it slow, and whenever you have time, contribute a little bit. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you for the information and the presentation.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Okay, welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.